Hi, 6th standard students. Now we are going to learn Unit 2 Prose. That means second unit Prose. The lesson. What lesson we are going to learn? When the trees walked. We find Ruskin Bond sharing his experience with nature, especially his experience with grandfather. Actually, the beginning of the lesson shows a creeper coming closer to grandfather's feet. Seeing this, Ruskin Bond tells us that even the creeper wants to be close to grandfather. Maybe he might have had a sentimental attachment with the trees and plants. That's why he's telling like that. Okay, so we'll go into the lesson. Ruskin Bond and his grandfather are sitting under the tree having nice time. The beginning of the lesson shows Ruskin Bond sitting all alone. Whenever he feels lonely, he sits under a tree. That means Ruskin Bond sits under a tree. But when his grandfather comes to him, or when his grandfather joins him, he feels happy and the situation fully changes, completely changes. He enjoys with his grandfather sitting under the tree. How many of you have spent time sitting under the tree? Even I have the chance earlier when I was working in previous school. I had a chance to sit under the tree and teach for my children there. I had a chance. I enjoyed nice breeze over there. I went for a walk. That the place where I worked, it was full of trees, full of fields everywhere. Natural scenes, greenish. Everywhere is greenish. I enjoyed that so much, but I am getting scared of snakes and all. There we had so many snakes because fields are there, no? Wherever there are fields, snakes may come. Okay, leave that point. We'll go into the lesson now. Children, I'll tell you now. Ruskin Bond's grandfather, he's a retired forest officer. At the time of his retirement, he built a big house. That means a bungalow. He built a bungalow there. And there, Ruskin Bond, his grandmother and grandfather, they are all residing there. They are all living there in that new bungalow. They have a nice time. They have so many trees. The people tree, orange tree, mango tree, lemon tree, and so many other trees. The eucalyptus also they had. Their house is surrounded with trees, fully trees. Among the trees, the people tree is the largest, the biggest, with its long branches. The branches knocked the compound wall. They have one outhouse also. They have an outhouse also. Old outhouse that was. Okay, fine. Grandfather showed much interest in growing trees. He is not satisfied in planting trees inside his compound. He wants trees uh, to be planted everywhere. So he shows uh, much interest. It takes much effort to go and plant trees. You know, Ruskin Bond's grandmother. Students, you all know that girls are very much interested in flowers. Likewise, this grandmother, Ruskin Bond's grandmother, she is very much interested in planting flowers. So many kind of flowers. See, she is very much interested in that, and she orders various kinds of seeds, flower seeds, to plant flowers. Okay, to keep a flower garden, she takes much effort, and she shows much interest. And grandfather and grandmother, they are very much adjustable. Ruskin Bond, he enjoys his life with his grandparents. And whenever grandfather goes out with the saplings in his hands, Ruskin Bond will ask, "Grandfather, during rainy season, you are going like this. You are planting trees everywhere. Who will water all those plants? Who will take care of all those plants?" Likewise, he will ask. Grandfather will say, if you plant trees during the rainy season, it will automatically grow. You don't have to go there and water for that and water those trees. There is no need for you to go. If you plant trees in so many places during the rainy season, the trees will start growing automatically. That's what grandfather says. Okay, here the lesson goes like this. And at the beginning, this boy, Ruskin Bond, questioned him. He protested his grandfather. "Don't do all these things," like that he used to say. But after knowing the fact, this boy goes along with his grandfather during the rainy season and plants more trees. Variety of trees in so many places. Both of them will do the same. They will plant more trees. Wherever they find places empty, they will plant trees over there. Grandfather used to say that if we cut one tree in a particular place, you have to plant more trees there. If we fail to do that, the entire world will become a desert. A desert. The entire world will become dry, hot. That's it. That is what grandfather tells Ruskin Bond. And Ruskin Bond shares with us what his grandfather teaches him. Ruskin Bond has nice time. He enjoys with his grandfather going to various kinds of places, various kinds of particularly empty places. He plants trees. He plants the young trees along with his grandfather. And this lesson presents an island. There they find a mango tree. They have planted earlier. And the tree is beautiful. It is an young tree. Okay, it is an sorry, it is a small tree, looks beautiful, looks wonderful. It is smelly also. Wherever you have mango trees, you will have the smell of the scent of mangoes. I don't know whether you have experienced that or not. I don't know, but I have seen that. I have enjoyed and experienced that also. In my grandmother's house, I enjoyed that. Okay, so both of them are going to that island to plant more saplings there. They planted more saplings and they returned to their house. After this trees planting, the lesson tells us that Second World War begins. That time Ruskin Bond goes for his studies in a school. He studies in a school and now he goes to his parents in Delhi. And you know, Ruskin Bond's grandfather and grandmother, they sold their lands and they got settled in England. England. It is not England, it is England. Okay. The correct pronunciation I am telling. They settled in England. Okay. So, Ruskin Bond, at the time of his holidays, during holidays, he goes to England and spends his valuable time with his grandparents. Okay. And some years later, Ruskin Bond goes back to the place, goes back to Dehradun. This is where Ruskin Bond's grandparents lived. They have had so many trees, so many, lands and all, right? So he goes there and visits the places where he and his grandfather planted trees. He enjoys so much because everywhere the place is greenish, full of trees, full of grasses, tall grasses. Okay. Fully grown grasses, fully grown trees with full of flowers, some trees full of fruits, some trees full of blossoms. Okay. He enjoys so much. He remembers what his grandfather has told him earlier, and he finally tells us to grow trees. What does this lesson suggest? What does the lesson suggest us? This lesson suggests us that we should grow more trees to protect our world from pollution, to protect our surrounding from pollution, to protect ourselves from pollution. So, this is the concept of the lesson, and the lesson is now over. So, dear children, if you have a chance, if you have chances to plant trees, do it. Plant more trees, protect yourself from pollution. Be healthy, be happy, grow nature. Okay? Save nature. Save natural wealth. Save natural wealth. Don't destroy trees. And don't allow your elders to destroy trees. Don't allow them. Tell them not to cut. If they did not give importance to what you say, ask them to plant more trees so that you will be saved from pollution. Pollution is a dangerous thing, very, very dangerous thing. Don't ever allow pollution inside your area. It is like a devil. Okay. Thank you, children. Thank you very much. And subscribe my video. Subscribe my channel. If you didn't subscribe my channel even now, subscribe my channel. Please do subscribe. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Thank you very much.